Hey Sagittarius, welcome to Honeybird Tarot. I'm Shan, and we are going to jump right into your June 1st through 15th general reading. So first, I'm going to pull an oracle message for you from the Moonology oracle deck. And all the decks are pre-shuffled. I just still like to shuffle a little bit. Okay. Messages for Sagittarius, please. This one. Wow. Okay. Sagittarius, prosperity lies ahead. New moon in Taurus. Okay. So I feel like this is new moons are always about a blank slate, a new opportunity to set new intentions. And so maybe you're needing to set intentions around prosperity or in clearing out any mindset or any energy that works against you, manifesting that. Let's see what the guidebook has to say. Okay. All right. This card will often come up when you're inquiring about a financial matter or when you're doubting your self-worth. The card suggests you can have what you want, including material things, but you must believe in yourself. This comes down to the laws of attraction. Value yourself and others will value you too. You can create abundance. Taurus is associated with luxurious Venus, and this card holds the new moon energy. So now is a good time to make a 12-month financial plan. This card can also signal the start of a new relationship or of sexier times. If you've been wrestling with something for a long time, the new moon in sturdy Taurus is a good sign not to give up just yet. Attune to the moon. Get or give a massage. Healthy body, healthy mind. Additional meanings for this card are you will soon be able to afford the thing you're dreaming of. Getting clear on what you value most will help you find peace. Take some time out to pamper yourself and start a standing order to a savings account, no matter how small. Okay, Sagittarius, we're going to get into your tarot, and this time I'm using the Dust to Onyx Tarot by Courtney Alexander. I will always use at least one deck by a Black creator in my public readings, and this round is Dust to Onyx. Messages for Sagittarius, please. Okay, Sag, you got an extra card, but I'll take it. There's a lot of fire in this reading, Sagittarius, as you showing up. The first card is Mama Blade. This is the Queen of Swords. Mama Blade is a very calm, cool, and collected energy, but she does not suffer illusions, delusions, or lies being brought to her. She's very no nonsense. You can only come before her with clarity and with honesty. She only accepts the truth. So, Sagittarius, this could be you in that energy of being very discerning about what someone is bringing to you. But here, the way the cards came out, Mama Blade is looking directly at this next card, which is the Ace of Staffs. This is a new passionate beginning or an opportunity for a new passionate beginning. This could be in a love relationship or a familial relationship. It could even be a new job, a new hobby, but there is some passionate action being taken here or a new opportunity to take a passionate action. So I feel like someone, a possible Aquarius, Gemini, Libra, is looking at this new opportunity for passion and deciding whether it's a good opportunity to act upon or not. The next card here is the emerging one. And the emerging one would be the Fool in the traditional tarot. This is taking the first step on a new journey. This young child here is completely pure and is bringing their sacrifice. But this kid here, this goat, represents purity, a pure sacrifice, innocence. And the child in this card has, it looks like amethyst, but some purple crystal right over their third eye chakra that signals that their intuition is alive and well and is being utilized. The Two of Staffs is here. The Two of Staffs talks about making a decision to choose a path and then taking that path. In this deck, it's about choosing to take a higher path, and hence why the person is on stilts. Seeing things from a higher perspective and taking steps on a higher plane. Okay, Strength is here. This is the Leo card. So you could have Leo in your chart, Sagittarius, or you could just be in this energy, or there's a Leo involved. But this is bringing the lion within yourself into balance and realizing that you are an infinite being. That's why this person has the lemniscate right on their third eye. Intuitively knowing and accepting that you are an infinite being and that you can manifest whatever it is that you want, and that you can bring this internal lion into balance, not by way of force, but by way of your will, by your intuition, by your mental and psychic or energetic will. And when that lion is brought into balance, it shows itself to the world as charisma or having an inner glow, an inner light. And here under the deck, in the position of what is hidden or overall energy, we have Little Staff. Little Staff is the Page of Wands. This is a message about passion. So passionate message, it could be flirting or it could possibly be an engagement, but it is the energy is not mature. It's still very immature energy. So it could be someone realizing that they may want to marry someone, or if not marry, realizing that they have passion or passionate feelings for someone or something. It could be a job or a hobby if it's not a romantic relationship. So I feel like some energy, and I feel like it could be a woman, but it does not have to be a woman or a female presenting person. It could just be someone that's in this feminine energy, is looking at an opportunity for new or renewed passion and considering whether they want to take this first step down a new path. And they're giving this consideration from a higher perspective and having gained strength and brought into balance the lion within. But perhaps they feel like this offer is not as mature as it needs to be. I'm going to clarify with the tarot of the Orishas. If you hear my daughter in the background, she is playing video games and she's a little bit loud. Hopefully you don't hear her, or she won't get much louder. I really feel like Mama Blade might actually be an Aquarius, Libra, or Gemini person in your life, Sagittarius. Okay. All right. So the first card that came out to clarify Mama Blade is the air element, and that's Mama Blade's element, Aquarius, Gemini, Libra. This talks about the breath of life being put into something. So this could be an energy of birth or renewed life, like breathing new life into something. And then the Four of Earth is here in reverse. So I feel like someone is giving up. The Four of Earth talks about holding on, especially holding on to things that represent like tangible abundance, money, children, property. But pentacles represent tangible things that we ascribe worth to. So, maybe someone, this air sign energy is letting go of something tangible. Maybe they are letting go of some money or something they've been holding on to. But it could also be a relationship letting go of the tangible manifestations of a relationship, or all the day-to-day things that people feel like make up a relationship, when that's really not what the relationship is at all. All right, let's see what the Ace of Staffs is about. The Ace of Staffs about. What's the Ace of Staffs? What's the Ace of Staffs here? What's the Ace of Staffs here for Sagittarius? Do you have anything else to say about the Ace of Staffs? Okay, so the only card that came out to clarify the Ace of Staffs is Oba. Oba is the Orisha who represents the perfect wife or perfect girlfriend, also the perfect mother, sister, friend, just someone who feels like they need to embody perfection to please others. Could be a very people-pleasing energy. And Oba is holding this shield over the side of her face because she cut off her ear in an attempt to get Shango to stay with her and to not look at other women because he had a wandering eye. And either Oya or Oshun, we don't know, that's debatable depending on who you're hearing the story from, told her that if she cut off her ear and put it in Shango's favorite dish, that it would keep him from looking at and going after other women. Well, Shango realized that she cut off her ear and did that. He was disgusted at the fact that, one, she would mutilate herself, and two, that she would try to trick him in that way, and he ended up leaving her. And at some point, he ended up with both Oya and Oshun, so we don't know which of them gave her this advice, but even still, she was willing to mutilate herself to keep this man. And it's interesting that in this particular card, the Ace of Staffs, which is normally just a stick or a staff, is an axe, which is Shango's tool, Shango's weapon. So I feel like this Ace of Staffs and Oba is someone, possibly this Aries, Gemini, Libra person, trying to bring about renewed passion or a new opportunity for passion in a relationship by mutilating themselves or by denying themselves the things that they want or need, trying to be perfect, which is impossible for any of us, in order to keep some person, possibly you, Sagittarius, because the Ace of Staffs is Aries, Leo, Sagittarius energy. Or maybe this is the energy, that person is in, Mama Blade might be in, trying to breathe new life into this, trying to have renewed passion in this relationship, but they're on the verge of giving up. Why is the emerging one here? Whoa. Okay. Is there anything else about emerging? Anything else about emerging? Okay. So the first card we have to clarify the emerging one, this first step on a new journey, purity and innocence, is the Four of Air. The Four of Air and most other decks talks about taking time to rest, to implement some self-care so that you can synthesize all the lessons that you've learned throughout some very difficult situation that you happen to survive. This is that difficult situation, but in this deck, the person has not escaped that situation yet. This is a dire situation. These birds are very strategically attacking this person, and there's no way he can get out without help. One bird is attacking his eyes, so he won't be able to see. Another bird is sitting on top of and is attacking at the solar plexus, so this person is off balance. They won't be able to stand up or be balanced. And also, that is the area where our confidence and a lot of creativity come from. So someone's self-confidence is attacked. The person's feet are being attacked, so they cannot get up and run. And then this bird here is hovering overhead to shield the scene, so other people or someone else who might be able to intervene can't even see what's happening. Okay, and then the Ten of Air is here. The Ten of Air talks about an extremely painful and completely desolate situation where it seems that all is lost. All these birds are dead under the heat of this desert sun. But tens break down to a one, to a new beginning. I definitely feel like if this is a romantic relationship, this is the end of a relationship that is setting someone free to be able to go on a new path, led by their intuition, or something has been or is going to be sacrificed. Can I get one more card for the emerging one? Gave me two. Yeah, I definitely feel like this is the end of a relationship because the Nine of Water is here. That talks about wish fulfillment and healing, but also being totally emotionally fulfilled by oneself as a single person. So I feel like the end of a relationship is setting someone free to go on a new path. And salamanders are here. This talks about the igniting fire or the igniting spark that gives living things their animation. And not even just living things as in beings, but that give life to new ideas. Why is the Two of Staves here? Ooh. Two of Staves here. Anything else for the Two of Staves? Any other messages to clarify or elaborate on the Two of Staves? Okay. So the Two of Staves, the choosing to see something from a higher perspective and to act out and take steps on that new higher path is clarified by the Five of Earth. This is another desolate situation. This is someone who worked very hard to reach a peak, and when they got there, they realized it was not what they expected at all. But before they could escape the danger that they had, that they basically walked blindly into, they fall right into it to their demise. This also could talk about being left out in the cold by, because of the ending of a relationship, which is here, or also the loss of a job or the loss of one's home. Okay. Also, the Two of Earth is here. The Two of Earth talks about balancing or juggling something. And in this card, this animal can live equally on earth and in the water. So in the physical plane and also in the spiritual realm. And it's a very paternal and loving energy, but can fluctuate back and forth between being paternal and loving and being kind of hard and harsh. So I feel like maybe someone is gaining the higher perspective and deciding to act out of that higher perspective and take the high road or take the higher path, and possibly leave some paternal energy out in the cold, leave some juggling act that they've been trying to perform out in the cold, or maybe someone is being left out in the cold because of some juggling, or they've lost something because of this. And because of maybe it's the loss that is prompting someone to see something from a higher perspective and to act out of that higher perspective, to act from their higher self. Why is strength here? Wow. Why is strength here? Okay. That's beautiful. Okay. So the first card clarifying strength, Sagittarius, is the Eight of Fire. The Eight of Fire or would be the Eight of Wands. And the Eight of Wands talks about very fast moving, passionate messages. In this deck, it is more about intense emotions, especially romantic feelings that someone has been suppressing for a long time. And all of a sudden they erupt. Well, not all of a sudden, but eventually they erupt and they just boil over. There are 8 volcanoes here, all in different states of eruption. And there was a volcano here with this 5 of Earth, 5 of Pentacles. And there is a goat falling into this. So maybe you were left out in the cold by a Capricorn, or you left the Capricorn out in the cold because you were juggling, but now you see something from a higher perspective and are wanting to act from the place of your higher self. And you've had to have strength and restrain yourself and try to keep these emotions from bubbling over, but they're bubbling over now. And you have gained complete clarity about something. The Ace of Air is here. This would be the Ace of Swords. This is a truth being spoken, or a truth being found out or realized or illuminated, and bringing about a new opportunity for an absolutely clear beginning in something. And the Nine of Fire is here in the reverse. The Nine of Fire, or the Nine of Wands, is the wounded warrior, or someone who has been through a very difficult time, and because of that, they're in a very defensive state. They've built walls around themselves to protect themselves and whatever treasure they feel like they have. In this deck, the Nine of Fire is someone who is in the last night of their Iyaworahe, or their Iyawo year, after having been ordained and consecrated as a priest. And this person is at the very end of that year-long spiritual journey, and it's a difficult one. So I feel like this is someone who has been on a spiritual journey or has been through some sort of spiritual initiation, some spiritual maturation, and they are coming out of a very defensive energy. Someone is releasing some emotions that they've had pent up, gaining clarity, and realizing that there's no need for them to be defensive. Okay. And Oshumare is here. Oshumare is the deity of binary, of well, one, when you see this card, is absolute blessing. It blesses any situation that has been around it in the spread, but it's also representative of peace and calm after a time of storm or a time of confusion, and the balancing of the binary, or balancing of the scales or spectrum. Both the sun and the moon are present in this card, and both the rainbow and the snake are here, which are both representations of Oshumare. So Sagittarius, I feel like someone here, there's lots of clarity in this card because you have the air element, the Ace of Air, and Mama Blade. So someone here is being discerning and wants the truth about new life being breathed into something, about whether they should breathe new life into something or let it go. And they're looking at this opportunity for renewed passion. And I feel like in order to have that opportunity for renewed passion, they're going to have to be in the energy of perhaps mutilating themselves or denying themselves something that they want and need to try to please another person. But there's an opportunity for someone to go down a new path here after some dire situation finally comes to an end. And it seems like someone that is a romantic relationship, and someone becomes single, and in their singlehood they find, or the singlehood brings them the opportunity to have healing and wish fulfillment. And that allows them to see something from a higher perspective, and walk a higher, more enlightened path where they can see things from like I said, from a higher perspective after having either left someone else out in the cold or having been left out in the cold because of someone juggling. And throughout this, I feel like as you Sagittarius have been having to have strength, or someone has been having to have strength or patience, and eventually that strength that they were trying to suppress these romantic feelings with, those feelings just bubble over, and it brings about an opportunity for a new clear beginning after someone comes out of their defensive energy. But there are blessings here around this situation, or blessings for someone who this very well could be a proposal, because there is a ring, an engagement ring here in this card with a little staff. But maybe someone is just coming to the realization that they would like to propose to someone, or they don't feel completely confident for some reason in their offer, and that is just needing to mature. But it is blessed. Okay, Sagittarius, I hope this resonated for you. If it did, please let me know in the comments. Please like, share, and subscribe. And I love you so much. I'll see you back here for your next reading. Pelu Ife, with love.